And I told her straight up, if you swerve that close to me again, I'ma fuck you up, Haley. And your mom won't be able to do a goddamn thing to stop me.
Well, that's just it. And I mean, I see it everywhere. Kids these days are out of control.
Well, that's just it. I mean, I can be the fun uncle. I'm happy to do it, but not with that shit going on. I mean, it's a designated bike trail, goddammit, not a fucking do whatever the hell you want trail.
Well, that's just it.
Well, that's just it.
Well, that's just it.
Well, that's just it. These kids wouldn't know respect if a sucker punched them in the goot.
Well, that's just it. There's no respect. I mean, it's almost like the kids are the parents now, thinking they make the rules.
Well, that's just it. I mean, shit, I was down at the Walmart this morning, and this kid couldn't have been more than, hell, 6, 10 years old.
Jeez.
You know what he did?
What?
He just started filling up his mom's cart with candy.
Oh,
and she just stood there. Bought it all for him.
Well, that's just it. Hell, 90% of the problems with the parents.
Well, that's just it. These parents. I mean, there's no discipline anymore.
Well, that's just it. Hell, when I was a kid, I tell you what, that open palm, boy.
Well, that's just it. You can't even spank a fucking kid anymore.
Well, that's just it. I mean, say what you will, but it was effective. What are you even supposed to do these days? Buy them an iPad when they're 3 so they can play all the Grand Theft Auto they want?
Well, that's just it. I mean, you can't even fucking whip the shit out of your children with a belt anymore. Or they're just gonna TikTok about it to their AI counselor, and then before you know it, you got the state breathing down your fucking neck like you're Hitler reincarnated.
Well, that's just it. The government's out of control, man. Like, don't you guys have better things to focus on?
Right?
By the way, reincarnation is real, you know.
No, it's not.
Well, there's actually tons of scientific studies that prove it. Or at least prove there's some incredible phenomena going on between memory and collective consciousness.
No, you're crazy. I'm right about this.
Okay, I mean, I don't care, I'm just saying.
Look at you, quoting science and shit. Fucking lib of the year over here. I thought you hated science.
Oh no, actual science is fine.
Oh.
I just don't like when people conflate science and truth. Or when pop scientists preach their personal materialistic hypotheses as some mark of intelligence.
What? What were we talking about?
We were talking about whipping the shit out of kids, and then the fucking government getting their panties in a wad about it.
Oh, right. Well, that's just it. This fucking government, man.
Well, that's just it.
Well, that's just it.
Well, that's just it.
One little slap with the belt and all these fucking social workers start riding your ass, threatening to take your kids away. These are my kids. I made these fuckers with my own fucking dick.
Hey, congrats on the sex.
Thanks. I mean, Christ, man. One fucking spank or one little waterboarding demonstration and this fucking judge who apparently is incapable of understanding context can just upend your life. I mean, where does it end?
Well, that's it. Wait, did you just say waterboarding demonstration?
My kids are homeschooled.
Uh-huh.
I was teaching them about Guantanamo Bay.
Oh. But so you waterboarded your kids?
No, it was nothing. It was only like for 10 seconds. Maybe 30 max. But apparently it's a little difficult for this fucking cunt of a judge to see the value in how I teach my curriculum. So, yeah. Anyways. Hey, did you stay up for the end last night?
Oh yeah. Wish I wouldn't have. Fucking Martinez. Every time. Couldn't even advance the run.
Well, that's just it. You're gifted with a leadoff double. Just put it in play. You gotta get that guy to third.
Well, that's just it. You got these guys obsessing over OPS these days. Too much pride to play situational.
Well, that's just it. I mean, it doesn't even feel like a game anymore half the time.
Well, that's just it. It's like a home run derby. Guy's trying to hit a 3-run homer with nobody on base. How are you gonna do that?
Well, that's just it. I mean, you got guys batting fourth, hitting 190 with 200 strikeouts. But hey, he'll hit you 40 home runs, and that's what the computers say matters, so... By God, let's give him 300 mil and a fat kiss on the dick.
Well, that's just it. I mean, honestly, I'd be embarrassed to strike out in a major league game.
Could you imagine?
Apparently, it's a badge of honor now, though. All these fuckers want to do is juice their OPS so they can get a big contract. Could care less about winning the game.
Well, that's just it. It's a vicious cycle. And at the end of the day, the fans are the losers.
Yep.
It's bad, man.
I hear ya. Well, I better get
These
going.
fucking greedy GMs, man. And then these fucking nerds they got in their ears all fucking day. These fuckers are destroying our pastime. The fucking nerve of these bastards. We gotta do something.
Well...
I wish I could waterboard all of them. I'd go longer than 30 seconds, believe you me. Make these fuckers see the outskirts of heaven.
I don't think that's necessary.
Oh, I'd have them howling. They would bend to my every demand. That would set them straight.
Dude, what the hell? You gotta get off this waterboarding kick.
Yeah, I know it's getting bad, isn't it?
Yeah.
Fuck, man. Hey, can I admit something to you?
Sure.
I don't even know what waterboarding is. I just talk about it to sound tough.
I thought you just said you demonstrated it on your kids.
So, not exactly. With them, I just tied them down onto a plank and then put a cloth over their face and then began pouring water on them in order to mimic the sensation of drowning.
That's exactly what waterboarding is.
You know what? You're starting to sound a lot like that fucking judge.
Oh, are you a pirate or a man of war, cried we. Blow high, blow low, and so will sail we. Oh no, I'm not a pirate, but a man of war, cried he. A sailing down along the coast of high